A brutal murder in San Francisco is part of a much larger crime spree, but some are in complete denial. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. San Francisco is struggling with a massive crime wave, and some are blaming the surge in homelessness, drug use, and theft on progressive policies. That was a driving force behind the recall of San Francisco's progressive district attorney Chesa Boudin last June. But not a lot has changed. Earlier this month, the former San Francisco fire commissioner was assaulted with a pipe down in the Marina district. And Bob Lee, the founder of Cash App, was stabbed to death. This was reportedly after a dispute over the suspect's sister. Lee's murder got a lot of attention. But was it proof that San Francisco has gone off the deep end? Or is it just misinformation? That seems to be the take of most of San Francisco's politicians right now. Shocking, right? Politicians not taking responsibility? It all has to do with this tweet from Elon Musk in response to Lee's murder. Violent crime in SF is horrific, and even if attackers are caught, they are often released immediately. Is the city taking stronger action to incarcerate repeat violent offenders? Well, San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins did not like that. She slammed Musk for posting a reckless and irresponsible tweet and accused him of spreading misinformation.
I must point out that reckless and irresponsible statements like those contained in Mr. Musk's tweet that assumed incorrect circumstances about Mr. Lee's death serve to mislead the world in their perceptions of San Francisco and also negatively impact the pursuit of justice for victims of crime as it spreads misinformation at a time when the police are trying to solve a very difficult case.
And now it wasn't about someone getting murdered, it was all about Musk's tweet. And pretty much every politician and bureaucrat in San Francisco had something to say about it. San Francisco Mayor London Breed said, "It's misleading to say that San Francisco is unsafe."
To say San Francisco is unsafe based on an isolated incident, it's not a fair assessment. It's sad because I think it's just San Francisco has been a target for so long and used as an example because we're innovative, we're creative, we come up with out-of-the-box ideas and a number of other things to push forward change in our communities. And I think that sadly, with the previous president, it was a target.
Wow, impressive. She managed to turn Musk's tweet about a murder in San Francisco into a swipe at Trump. Innovative, out of the box. Like their other innovative ideas. For example, the poop patrol. San Francisco Supervisor Aaron Peskin was quick to point out that the incident was not a random killing since the suspect knew the victim. Meanwhile, San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott said this is more about human nature and human behavior. It could have been in any other city. Yeah, it could have happened anywhere, but it did happen in San Francisco. Now, the idea floating around out there that San Francisco has a crime problem is just right-wing misinformation pushed by people like Musk and Trump. And the mainstream media wants you to know crime is actually down in San Francisco. But wait, is that true? I'll get to that after the break. Welcome back. Bob Lee's murder has stirred a lot of debate about crime in San Francisco. Some see Lee's death as a symbol of how rampant crime is in San Francisco, while others say the data doesn't support that. After all, crime isn't nearly as bad as it once was. According to Police Commissioner Kevin Benedicto, crime is at a historic low, and it's unfair to portray San Francisco as being in the midst of a crime wave. Meanwhile, San Francisco Mayor Breed pointed out that overall crime rates in the city are down. Down from what, I wonder? Saying the crime rates in San Francisco are down is like saying there's less radiation in Chernobyl than there used to be. It might be true, but you spend enough time there, you're still going to get radiation poisoning. People also point to data collected from the California Department of Justice to prove that homicides remain low compared to historic trends. While the mainstream media does admit that certain crimes, such as property crimes, have increased, many say that the city's crime rate overall has remained relatively steady and decreased over time, which might not be saying much as Dilbert creator Scott Adams pointed out, San Francisco was a dangerous city even way back in the 1980s. Nevertheless, many mainstream media outlets are repeating San Francisco's talking points, debunking those who say San Francisco is lawless by pointing to San Francisco's crime rate, especially its homicide rates. According to data collected by the Major Cities Police Chiefs Association, homicides in San Francisco are well below that of other cities of similar size. In both 2021 and 2022, San Francisco recorded just 56 homicides. In comparison, in 2022, there were 140 homicides in Columbus, Ohio, 226 in Indianapolis, and 154 in Jacksonville, Florida. So why does it feel like San Francisco's in a special place in hell? Despite what the data says, San Franciscans feel less safe than they did a decade ago. And it really does seem like things are getting worse. Things have gotten so bad that Walgreens and Whole Foods had to shut down some of their San Francisco locations due to concerns about theft and safety. Even just reporting on crime in San Francisco isn't safe. So what gives? Well, it's possible that the data everyone's pointing to doesn't reflect the actual situation on the ground. To prove that crime is going down, city officials are focusing on clearance rates. That's the ratio of arrests to known offenses. For example, in an interview with ABC 7 News, Mayor Breed said, "Our clearance rate in San Francisco for homicides is at 85%. The rest of the country's average is at 60%. The clearance rate doesn't mean there are fewer crimes, though. It just means a higher percentage of reported crimes end up with someone being arrested. And that's only if the crime is actually reported. But, according to a former San Francisco prosecutor, crime is worse than the data shows." He argues that many residents have stopped reporting crimes altogether because of San Francisco's lax policies on prosecuting crime. After all, if people believe cops aren't going to arrest people, then what's the point? Now, how true is his claim? It's hard to say given that there's no record to prove one way or the other. However, even San Francisco's officials admit that random crime, which many criticize Musk for pointing out, really is a problem. San Francisco District Attorney Jenkins has stated that the city has a really out-of-control drug dealing problem in the downtown area, and repeated violent attacks on Asian Americans and rampant retail theft remains issues that we still need to address. In fact, crime has become such a problem that Mayor Breed is asking for $28 million to address San Francisco's police shortage, which is a complete 180 from 2020, when she demanded a $120 million cut in the police budget. Backtracking from defunding the police is becoming quite customary in San Francisco these days. So San Francisco politicians can make every claim they want. Even if San Francisco really does have low crime rates compared to other cities and historic records, when people on the ground are seeing things like this, and this, the city definitely isn't giving off safe vibes. So what do you think of crime in San Francisco? Leave your comments below. If you like this show, remember that we rely mainly on direct support from viewers like you. All it takes is as little as $1 per episode over on our crowdfunding website, Patreon. Visit patreon.com/AmericaUncovered for more. Click the link below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.